Hi teachers, it's Joan. And in this monthly Teach newsletter, I just wanted to talk about the cards on the table method and the student-centered method of learning. This has been around for many years. And when you're teaching, the idea is that you make your students the center of the activity in the room. And the table that the student is working at is the way they will learn and gain new information and discuss. Having a whiteboard is an absolute no. It's simply not necessary. I've seen so many teachers who are standing with their back to the students, writing on the whiteboard with a pen that doesn't work properly, writing up hands that the students can't read, and the class is not involved. It's the teacher out there at the front doing their thing. The idea of teaching is to involve your class and make the teachers simply the mechanical controller of the room, and all the activity and the learning goes on at the table. So the student-centered method of learning, which Audrey Grant showed me many years ago, has been a method that I've never, ever wanted to change. I don't need a whiteboard for anything. I don't need a PowerPoint. I don't need those slides or overhead projection, because if you've got live students, they're the ones that are most important. And when we talk about the card by card technique, what that means is that if you ask the students after they've played a hand to put the hand face up on the table where there are 4 dummy hands and they can see it all, then you can go through card by card asking each direction to play the card. This requires practice on the part of the teacher, as does anything. But one of the examples in defence, which I was able to do at the Western Australian Bridge Club, and again with the teachers, is if you're showing students a particular way or a declare a play or defensive technique, the best thing to do is to make sure that all the other cards are turned up and you can't see them. And an example of what I'm going to say is this. East opens 1 no trump, and the important suit that I'm talking about is Ace, King, Jack, XX. You pass. And now you are leading to 3 no trumps. So the correct card to lead is the ace. And partner shows, in this case, the 2 is a discouraging signal. What that says is, really, I can't help you and I don't particularly want you to keep playing clubs, partner. So if we switch to anything else, let's say we switch to a heart, and we let declarer play all their cards out, and we valiantly hold on to our clubs, and we hope that partner has an entry. They've thrown, oh, look, they've thrown their clubs away. Partner, please don't throw your club. They've won the spade. They're cashing the ace of spades. And they've kept a club, which is marvellous. We overtake the 9 with the jack, dropping the 10, and now our clubs are winners. So we really did a lot of damage to that declarer play. Declarer could have actually taken 5 diamond tricks and 3 heart tricks, but then we would take this trick, and if partner holds 1 club, they'll be able to play a club through. Declarer could have held on to their queen 8, but it wouldn't have made any difference if partner had been on lead and led a club through. So when you're teaching, and it's this cards on the table method, ask your students to turn all these other suits over and just leave the clubs up. And when you're showing students that defence is the same technique as declarer uses, here's a perfect example. You're just looking at the clubs, and you've got 3 and 5 as 8, and they're splitting 3-2. If you were declarer, the correct way to play this suit for 5 tricks, assuming you had entries, is to play a club up to the ace and then cross over to another suit to get back to hand and then play a club and then take the finesse, hoping it will work. Well, it's very good with students. If you put the club suit out and you show them how a declarer would play it, and then you say, well, the defenders are really doing the same thing, but they can't see partners' cards. So the signal is very important on that first club. They would play the ace and then switch to anything else. And then when partner gets in, they'll lead a club through and you can take the finesse. So that's the defensive finesse. But the method of students putting the cards up on the table, and you can swap around. You can say, let's move the queen to the other hand. And the students will follow that, especially if they can't see the other suits. So card by card is part of the whole technique of the student-centered method of learning. And I can guarantee whether you've got 2 tables or 50 tables, you use the same method and it works just as well. Have a great month.